Community College commencement exercises come to order. Please be seated. We love you too. To the members of the Board of Trustees, our elected officials, honored guests, faculty, staff, family, friends, and members of the graduating class, welcome to our 53rd commencement. It brings me such joy to see you here today. We thank you for sharing this moment of tribute to our graduates, our faculty and staff members, and families who helped to make this moment possible for 1,099 graduates representing 104 different nations around the world. And we know that these next few hours adequately capture the tremendous pride we have in all of you who make Dragon Country a place where students enter with dreams, cultivate ambitions, and leave with the confidence to change their lives and the world around them. All of you have forever changed our campus with your spirit and your determination. And the Howard Community College is a better place because you chose all of us as partners in your journey. Thank you for that bold choice, graduates. And now it is time for you to celebrate and make an impact on those around you. Please rise for the singing of the national anthem by our graduate, Victoria Bradford.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Victoria, for that wonderful performance. It is an honor to have so many distinguished guests with us today. Please stand as I call your name. To my left, a woman who needs no introduction, who leads one of the highest or the second highest office in the state, the great state of Maryland, our Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller. Also to my left, a man who also needs no introduction, our Howard County Executive, Dr. Calvin Ball, Vice President Jared Carter, Trustee Vivian Moore Lawyer, Student Government Association President Breonna Jackson, Student speaker, Alyssa McKay. Presidential Award recipient, Abigail Bediako. Faculty Forum Constituency Committee President, Sandra Lee. Provost and Executive Vice President, Dr. Shantae Grays. Interim Chief Information Officer, Tabitha Harry. Delegate, Jessica Feldmark. HCCEF Board Chair, Ms. Allison Canning. Delegate Natalie Ziegler. Delegate Jen Terrassa. And Executive Director of Planning, Research, and Organizational Development, Zoe Irvin. To my right, we have our HCC Board of Trustees Chair, Sean Keller. Board of Trustees Vice Chair, Dr. Shafiq Ahmed. Trustee Christopher Marasco. Vice President of Campus Services and CFO, Dr. Ty Stone. Trustee, Dr. Carl Perkins. Howard County Councilperson, Dr. Opal Jones. Honorary degree recipient, Reverend Dr. Robert Turner. Honorary degree recipient, Ms. Kathy Bell. Senator, Dr. Clarence Lamb. Howard County Council Chairperson, Deb Young. Vice President of Workforce Innovation and Strategic Partnerships, Mina Wu. Delegate Pam Landman-Gazzoni. Senator Katie Fry Hester. Delegate Dr. Cha Wu. Our overall inspiring faculty member, Linza Hailu. And Executive Vice President and CHRO, Joe Whalen. Please join me in recognizing the Platform Party for their support of our students and the college. I also want to recognize some of the other important people who are with us today. First, our faculty and staff. Thank you for inspiring our students and preparing them for all that this world has to offer. Whether it be transferring to a four-year university or immediately breaking barriers and entering the workforce, we thank you for challenging our students and guiding them along the way. Next, it's important that we recognize the families and loved ones of our graduates. Thank you for being a source of support to your students throughout their educational journey. From the many prayers and salutations to a warm greeting when they came home from a tough day, graduates, this is your time to salute the people who cared for you. Please stand and salute your family members for being here today. All right, now you can sit down. While we have recognized many people who are with us, I would be remiss if I did not mention the many well-wishers who are watching from around the world as we stream on the website, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you for joining us remotely. Our mission at Howard Community College is providing pathways to success. And today, as I have shared with over 1,099 candidates for graduation, together you have earned 1,183 degrees and certificates. Additionally, we have 25 dually enrolled JumpStart students who are graduating today from Howard Community College before earning their high school diplomas. I am also proud to share that we have 23 people celebrating their GED with us today. When you enrolled at HCC, you decided your future, and we vowed to do everything possible to meet you where you dream and to provide you with the pathway to success. And today, you made it. Congratulations. Now, I am pleased to invite Sean Keller, Chair of the Board of Trustees, to the podium. Thank you, Chair Keller and trustees, for your leadership and for your service.
Well, good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my great honor to congratulate the class of 2024. This is your day and your moment to remember for the rest of your lives. You cannot imagine the great satisfaction that comes from serving at a college that takes the success of its students as its #1 priority. Each of you is a part of what makes HCC's remarkable success story, because each of you is you are living a remarkable success story. Some of you have overcome great hardship to earn your way here today. You have confronted heartache, disappointment, and self-doubt head-on and with tenacity, and didn't let any of that deter you from your goal. You maintained your focus and vision for achievement, and we are here today to celebrate your accomplishments. You made friends and helped to encourage each other to reach the finish line. You networked with outstanding professors, and you contributed to the culture of the campus through activities and clubs. You built your confidence and belief in yourself and all those around you, and we are so proud of you and cannot wait to see the great picture you will create on the world's canvas very soon. I'm delighted to hand over the podium to the President of the Student Government Association, Brianna Jackson, who will introduce our next speakers. Brianna?
Thank you, Chair Keller. It is my pleasure to introduce our elected officials who will be speaking today. The first speaker is Howard County Executive Calvin Ball. He made history in 2006 when he was elected as the youngest council chairperson in Howard County. He made history again in 2018 by becoming the first African American to be elected as Howard County Executive. County Executive Ball was re-elected in 2022. An educator for nearly 20 years, Dr. Ball, who earned his doctorate of education in community college leadership, continues to champion education by ensuring all our students are career and college ready. As county executive, he has also prioritized environmental conservation, the health and well-being of our residents, investments in public safety, and fiscal responsibility. The second speaker will be Deb Young, chair of the Howard County Council. Deb has served as the council member for District 4 since 2018. She graduated from Duke University and University of Maryland School of Law. She worked as a nonprofit attorney for her own firm, a litigation associate for Whitford, Taylor, and Preston, and general counsel to the Close-Up Foundation and the Maryland Association of Nonprofit Organizations. She has served on various Howard County commissions and committees during her 35-plus years living in Columbia. She was an active parent, volunteer in her daughter's public schools, and served as the Booster Club president at Wild Lake High School. Go Cats!
Good morning, family. And wait a minute, on this auspicious occasion, you can do much better than that. Good morning, family. Robert Kennedy reminded us that progress is a nice word, but change is a motivator, and change has its enemies. Change is hard, and many fear it, are angered by it, and often hate those who facilitate it. Change, however, is necessary for things to move forward and to get better. We find ourselves inextricably connected at a commencement that is a beautiful culmination of hopes perseverance, and success. Connected in a community known as one of the best places to live, where too many of our neighbors still suffer. Connected in a country where democracy is still threatened and what people can do with their own bodies is still questioned. Connected in a world being torn apart by war, where how you worship and who you love can still mean a death sentence. Now more than ever, we need change makers. Now more than ever, we need you. We will not and we cannot make progress for people we love or, frankly, the people we may never know who depend upon us to help them live their best lives without embracing and exemplifying change. Change, however, has its enemies. Those who want to control you or those around you may fight change. Change, true change, is different, uncertain, and has surprises around every corner. Change takes work, change takes faith, change sends an unimaginable ripple throughout every aspect of our lives into a future that is unknown. With change, however, like in Pandora's box, comes hope. The flames of hope can ignite the fires of freedom. The flames of hope can ignite the fires of joy. And yes, the flames of hope can ignite the fires of peace. In the crucible of life, the positive change that you can create can foster flames of hope against all odds and enemies, to motivate, to generate progress, to truly make the world a better place for all. If we want to see this change, if you want to see this change, we are counting on you. We are counting on you to see what you can be and what can be. We're counting on you to plan your work and work your plan and to be the change you want to see. If you want more love in the world, be more loving. If you want more peace in the world, be peaceful. And if you want people to feel safe, create a safe space. As a graduate of the best community college in our nation, you have already demonstrated that you can embrace hope. If you didn't, you would have never started this educational journey. You've embraced perseverance to get through the rigor of coursework and grow as scholars. You now exemplify success having finished what you started. We love you and we are proud of you. Now walk across this stage and into the next beautiful chapter of your life as you become your best selves. Keep persevering, keep challenging, keep changing. Congratulations to the class of 2024, and let's go Dragons. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce Howard County Council Chair, Deb Young.
You can see that there's a difference in height between myself and Dr. Ball, and this is what happens when you follow him. Greetings, everybody. It is such a pleasure to be invited to share this special occasion with you. Graduation marks both a beginning and an end. While you are celebrating your past accomplishments that led to your degree, you are also deciding upon a course for your future. If you haven't already heard the question, you know it's coming. So what are your upcoming plans? The question that everybody dreads. I had always planned on attending law school when I finished college, but those plans were derailed by my mediocre test scores. Plan B, I would go back to Severna Park where my parents lived, and find a job on Capitol Hill. After all, I graduated with a political science degree, which according to my youthful calculations was all that I needed to make a difference in the world of politics. Unfortunately, I deliberately never learned to type because I didn't want to be hired as a secretary, which was one of the handful of jobs available to women at that time. I quickly discovered that every Capitol Hill job in those days required a typing test to get in the door, especially if you were a woman. I never got a job on Capitol Hill, but that didn't sidetrack me from my ambitions to make a difference. Life and career paths are never straight lines. They zig and they zag as opportunities close and open. I worked with an education program for students. I did eventually make it to law school. I supported nonprofits through legal advice and training. I made a home and raised a family right here in Columbia. And when most people decide to retire, I ran for county council. It is impossible to plot all the points in life. I too faced that question about future plans when I graduated. Plan A and Plan B were not looking very promising. But I eventually came up with a response that was a wild and wonderful fantasy. I confidently told anyone who was willing to listen that I was going to sail around the world. Unfortunately, I knew nothing about sailing. I saw a lot of boats when I lived near Annapolis. So that left kitchen duties as a possible job on a ship's crew. But I had never learned to cook, another protest against sexism. You might see a pattern here. Couldn't cook, couldn't type. I was not the perfect graduate at the time. When everything is possible, but nothing is obvious, I encourage you to embrace the impossibilities as possibilities. You might not know where you want to go right now or exactly how to get there, but if you stay open, you'll find opportunities that you never knew existed. Let life sail you through as many adventures as you can find. So how do you answer that question about what will you do next? You could respond with a wild and wonderful fantasy, a concrete plan, or keep it simple. Admit that you don't really know, but whatever you do, be open to the many wonderful opportunities that life will bring you. Congratulations, graduates. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce Howard Community College's student speaker, Alyssa McKay. There are actually two of us up here, Alyssa, who have daughters named Alyssa. That would be myself and Dr. Ball. I just had to mention that. So this is a name that we won't have trouble forgetting, yes. Ms. McKay is graduating from Howard Community College with an Associate Arts degree in dance. She has been a member of the HCC Dance Company since 2022 and received the 2023-24 Eva Anderson Dance Scholarship. Outside of her duties, yeah, that sounds pretty good, I agree, yeah. Outside of her studies, Alyssa is a dance teacher for ages 2 to 50 plus and serves as a minister of dance at her church. Her dream is to open a nonprofit dance studio to help less fortunate youth find a passion and outlet through the performing arts. I love the fact that you have this dream. It talks about, it's just what we were talking about. Dream, dream, dream. Nothing is impossible. After graduating with honors as a member of Phi Theta Kappa, McKay plans to transfer to Goucher College to earn a bachelor's degree in dance with a minor that will support the longevity of her teaching career. She is living proof that Howard Community College meets students where they dream. Please join me in welcoming our graduating student speaker, Alyssa McKay.
Jessica. F. Scott Fitzgerald once said, "It's never too late to become who you want to be." I hope you live a life that you're proud of, and if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. Greetings, all graduates, family, friends, and teachers. I stand here before you, grateful for the opportunities and space that HCC has provided for me to successfully graduate with an Associate of Arts in Dance. Thank you. I never thought this type of accomplishment was possible for me. I grew up with the dream of dance becoming a career for me. However, it didn't seem attainable. With no formal technique training, I bounced between dancing in church and teaching myself, mimicking what I saw on YouTube. I was told that dance is too risky of a career and that I would need to have a more stable career after high school to be successful in life. So I chose healthcare. 10 years ago, I went to college for occupational therapy. However, God had other plans. I was involved in a major car accident that forced me to drop out of school due to my injuries. Even after this, I was determined to have the stable job that others said was good for me. So I settled for healthcare administration, and I stayed there for 8 years. I was then offered a position as a manager at a dance studio, and I thought that this was it. This is how I'll merge my passion for dance and the financial stability needed from a salary job. But I wasn't satisfied. I knew that there was more for me. My coworker told me about Howard Community College, as she's an alum from here, and told me to try the dance program. After years of settling, I decided that this is my time to go for what my passion was. I was given the space at HCC to release my past and to accept my present. I was able to grow here in different styles of dance while sticking to my roots of liturgical dancing. It got to the point of me making the difficult decision of quitting my salary job to continue being a full-time student because HCC made me realize I no longer wish to go back to settling. I was thankfully hired by a dance studio that I met through HCC's dance company. And I now teach multiple classes every week while still excelling in school. And here I am now, graduating with honors and over $40,000 in scholarships to attend Goucher College for my bachelor's in dance. My career goal is to open a Christian-based nonprofit dance studio and performing arts center. The first location will be in Baltimore City and will eventually expand to multiple cities throughout the country. My hope is to provide an affordable performing arts experience to those that would otherwise not have the opportunity outside of a school setting. I believe in giving back to where you came from, and I also believe in leaving things better than the way you found them. I grew up going to dance rehearsals once a week at church, and that was the push me and my faith needed to keep going. I want everyone to have the opportunity to experience that same faith push that I received from the arts. The peace that having a positive outlet brings to your life should be accessible and affordable. I want everyone listening to understand that it's not too late for you and your dream. Who would have thought that I would be starting my dance teaching career at 29 and 30 years old? You're not too old, you're not too poor, and you're not too uneducated. What if your current situation is failing because it's meant to? So you can start over. I thank God for stopping me in my tracks with the accident, because I would have never accomplished as much as I have so far. And it's true that all things truly work together for our good. I thank the dance faculty here for pushing me to see what they saw in me from the beginning. I thank each professor that helped me succeed in my gen eds, because I wouldn't be here without the entire village. I thank my blood family and my church family for supporting me when I was tired. And I thank HCC for not only providing the path for my success, but for also guiding me down this path. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience at HCC. On behalf of the Student Government Association, I wish you and all of my fellow graduates the best. It is my honor to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller. Aruna Miller is the 10th Lieutenant Governor of the state of Maryland. She is the second woman to serve as Lieutenant Governor and the first woman of color and immigrant elected to statewide office in Maryland. Born in Andhra Pradesh, India, Miller and her family immigrated to the United States when she was 7 years old. The daughter of a mechanical engineer, she earned a Bachelor of Science degree in civil engineering from the Missouri University of Science and Technology. Miller has devoted her life to public service and removing systematic barriers to opportunity. As a civil and transportation engineer in Montgomery County's Department of Transportation, Miller worked to improve the safety of the public and alleviate traffic by creating equitable access to transportation throughout the county. For 25 years, she oversaw programs that advanced access to schools and employment centers and made community facilities safe for pedestrians, bicyclists, transit users, and people with differing abilities. From 2010 to 2018, she represented District 15 in the Maryland House of Delegates, where she worked with constituents to create legislation to invest in STEM education, streamlined the regulatory process for small businesses, and was a champion for working families, survivors of domestic abuse, and the environment. Miller served on the Ways and Means Committee and its Revenue, Transportation, and Education subcommittees. Additionally, in her second term, she served as the Appropriations Committee, where she served as chair of the Oversight of Personnel Subcommittee, vice chair of the Transportation and Environment Subcommittee, and vice chair of the Capital Budget Subcommittee. For over 30 years, she has lived in Montgomery County with her husband David, where they raised 3 daughters. As Lieutenant Governor, her policy profile includes matters relating to transportation, mental health, and STEM equity. She serves as the chair of the Governor's Work Zone Safety Work Group, dedicated to making highway work zones safer and protecting the lives of workers, motorists, and law enforcement. The Lieutenant Governor also chairs Maryland's first Council on Interfaith Outreach, which convenes faith leaders from across religions and across the state of Maryland to bridge divides, increase religious tolerance and end hate, and better serve all communities. Please join me in welcoming 2024 Commencement Speaker, Maryland Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller.
Brianna, thank you so much. That was incredibly long bio that she had to read, wasn't it? And I also want to say thank you to Alyssa for sharing your dreams. And you know what? The world is going to work to make sure all of your dreams come true. Thank you. And how about that Victoria's rendition of the Star Spangled Banner? Was that amazing or what? Victoria, the only person that comes even close to you is Jimi Hendrix, okay? That is my favorite version of the Star Spangled Banner. So good morning, Dragons. How you doing? So are you all fired up? Come on now, I need to hear that fire-breathing roar. Are you all fired up? That's what I'm talking about. Well, I want you to know the state of Maryland is fired up too. Today, we celebrate you. Today, we celebrate your successes, your achievements, and we are so excited for you and your fiery spirit. Congratulations, class of 2024. We cannot wait for you to show the world just what dragons are made of. I'm Aruna Miller, Lieutenant Governor of Maryland. Thank you for the great privilege of serving you and for the honor of being your commencement speaker. Greetings to everyone who has joined us this morning for the Howard Community College's 53rd commencement. To the families, friends, partners, and even furry pets, today is much your celebration as it is the graduates. Your personal, emotional, financial sacrifices have all contributed to achieving the shared aspiration. So congratulations to each and every one of you as well. And a heartfelt gratitude to the faculty and staff who have guided, mentored, and inspired these amazing graduates. To the 7-member Board of Trustees, including Chair Keller, and my former colleague, who's not here, but from the Maryland House of Delegates, Frank Turner, thank you for all your leadership. And President Willis, what can I say about you? I've admired you from the moment that I met you. Dragons, you all have a super bad president here, don't you? She is bold, fearless, a first-generation college student, a mom, and a barrier breaker, the first African American to serve in this role. Let's give it up for Dr. Willis. Dr. Willis, we are so grateful for your service. And a great big shout out to the tremendous elected leaders that serve you in the Maryland General Assembly as well as the County Council who fight for you each and every day. And to our tremendous County Executive, Calvin Ball, who is another history maker, right? The first African American to be elected to this position in Howard County. You all, it's a little bit intimidating to be here with so many record breakers and history makers. Actually, it's not, because I know that they're dedicating to making sure that you and I belong in every room, every space, every position that we occupy. To our graduates, commencement marks end of one chapter and the beginning of another in your life story. As you turn the page to this new chapter, carry forward the lessons, strength, and cherished memories you've gained. Class of 2024, your story is about to become even more remarkable. But it's a story that you must own, and it's a story that you must write with intention. When I was about your age, I had this really big crush on a really cute guy. So I wrote him a love letter, vividly describing the type of life he and I would share together, complete with pictures cut out of magazines, pasted along the sides of the pages. 35 years later, I found this love letter tucked away in the back of my very messy closet in a box filled with faded photographs of years gone by. I read that letter, where I go on to describe our life, including how many kids we would have. Hey, I just had to let him know, right, where this girl was coming from. And that we would have lots of dogs running through the house. I'm a dog person. Yeah. And that our home would be surrounded by trees all around. And I even went on to describe the type of floors our home would have. Wood. You know, dogs and carpets, they just don't go well together. I cringed and I laughed as I read the pages of this love letter. And then I paused, because just about everything I described in that love letter from 35 years ago was a life I was living. I ended up marrying that really cute guy. We raised 3 amazing daughters. We have a couple of exuberant dogs running through our house. We live in a home surrounded by trees, and yeah, the floors, carpetless all the way through. It reminded me of a quote from my favorite book, The Alchemist, in which the Brazilian author Paulo Coelho writes, "When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it." This quote speaks to the power of intentionality. When you know what you want, your actions become more purposeful. Write down your intentions and send a clear message to the universe. And ever so slightly, it changes how the world responds to you. You start to notice opportunities that you might have overlooked before and attract people who support the people that will propel you forward. It's as if the universe starts to conspire in your favor, aligning circumstances to help you navigate the path forward to your aspirations. Class of 2024, as you move through life, have a plan written for your life goals. Because if you don't create your own life plan, you'll likely end up following someone else's. And their plan for you, it's probably not where you want to be. So trust the universe, and most importantly, trust yourselves. And by the way, in that love letter I wrote, I also said that I wanted to save the world. The universe and I continue to conspire together on this. Saving the world starts incrementally with small, everyday actions we perform in the world around us. Each of these seemingly minor deeds contribute to a greater tapestry of service and compassion. And Governor Moore and I are firm believers in the power of service. And we want to build a Maryland to be a state of service. In fact, sitting on this stage and in this institution are nothing but tremendous, dedicated, devoted public servants. And Governor Moore served our nation in uniform as a U.S. Army combat veteran in the 82nd Airborne. Yeah. And I've spent the entirety of my adult life in public service. And my love for service started in a seemingly minor way. When I was about 11 years old, there was a cyclone that took place in India, in our home state, killing over 10,000 people. My parents were deeply distressed by this news. The next morning, my dad handed my sister and me an empty metal coffee can and told us to go collect money for the victims of the disaster. We pleaded and we begged our dad not to make us do this. And I said, "Dad, no one's gonna give us any money." My dad looked at me gently and said, "Never underestimate the kindness and generosity of people." And then sternly gave us marching orders. So determined to find a way out, my sister and I ran into my brother's room. We thought we would pool all our resources together. My brother's lawn mowing money, my sister's babysitting dollars, and my piggy bank money. We could present this money as collected donations and call it a day. But as we added our funds into the metal can, it looked suspiciously inadequate. So grudgingly, my sister and I set out. So let me just illustrate what that day was like. It's the late 1970s. Two immigrant kids in the suburbs of Missouri knocking on doors and asking for donations with nothing to show. We knocked on the doors one by one, and one by one, the doors opened up. There were moms helping kids with their homework, dads watching football games, kids playing in the yard. Not a single person turned us away. They offered whatever change that they had. After several hours, our coffee can was brimming over with generosity. They gave change, but they made change. Change that impacted the lives of people that lived over 8,000 miles away from them, that they had never met. And change that set me on a path to serve others. This was the way that I was going to save the world. The small gesture made by these change makers who filled that metal coffee can was just the lesson I needed. When we strive to do better and believe in the best of others, we become better. And you know what? Everything around us becomes better too. This is one way to make change. Class of 2024, no matter where your path leads you, I hope you make service a central part of your life. Because when we serve, we shift from a life of consumption to a life of contribution, from a life of me to a life of we. When we serve, we help create a gentler, kinder, and more inclusive world for today and tomorrow. Answering the call to serve often starts with a simple word, yes. Yes is my favorite word. Yes is a powerful word. Say yes when it challenges you. Say yes when it scares you. I remember the first time when I was asked to run for office, my response was an immediate no. Someone that looked like me, an immigrant, an Indian American woman, had never been elected to the Maryland General Assembly. But ultimately, I said yes, despite my fears, and ran for office. I stepped out of my comfort zone and jumped into a world that I knew very little about. And this yes changed the trajectory of my whole life in ways that I could have never, ever imagined. Saying yes is to trust that the universe has bigger plans for you, one that you can only understand in hindsight. Class of 2024, don't just step out of your comfort zone. Live outside of it as much as you possibly can. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Growth, opportunities, friendship, and knowing your own power can only happen if you're willing to do things you've never done before. And remember, growth and comfort can't ride the same horse. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because this is going to follow you in life no matter what you do. It is said that the two most important days of your life are the day that you're born and the day you discover why. Class of 2024, you're about to embark on a journey to discover the second most important day of your life, and that is when you learn the purpose of your life, your why. And when you discover this, you'll find that your life opens up in ways you could have never imagined. So be intentional, trust the universe, make service a central part of your life, and say yes to opportunities. Be grateful, be humble, and know that Governor Westmore, myself, everyone here, and in the entire state of Maryland will always be rooting for you. Godspeed and congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, let's get this thing going. Just a few more things. Commencement is a time when we recognize individuals who have made a significant accomplishment of earning degrees. In that same spirit, HCC honors 2 individuals today with honorary degrees for their significant contributions to the college. Ms. Kathy Bell and Reverend Dr. Robert Turner. Kathy Bell is a Howard County entrepreneur and an active philanthropist in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area. She is a current member of the Women's Giving Circle of Howard County, and some of her past community involvement includes serving on the Howard County Superintendent's Advisory Council for Business Education Partnerships, try saying that 10 times, and serving on the Economic Development Committee for County Executive Calvin Ball's transition team. Kathy Bell is a historic supporter of our Howard Community College Workforce Development and Trade Center campaign. Ready? That's it? Okay. We're going to congratulate Ms. Kathy Bell. Congratulations. Reverend Dr. Robert Turner is the senior pastor of the St. John Baptist Church in Howard County. His advocacy for higher education has fostered a strong partnership with Howard Community College, supporting student scholarships and initiatives like Ambiciones, the Silas Craft Collegians Program, and Howard Pride. His church recently launched a monthly grab-and-go breakfast for students at Howard Community College that addresses food insecurity. He's the Vice Chair of the Community Action Council of Howard County and a member of the Howard County Interfaith Advisory Council. Congratulations, Dr. Turner.
The Presidential Award was created to honor Howard Community College faculty, staff, or students who go above and beyond to serve the college community and who demonstrate daily their commitment to meeting students where they dream. It is now my distinct honor to recognize the Presidential Award recipient for this year. Ms. Abigail Bediako give her a round of applause. Our students, our first ever students to receive the Presidential Award, is a courageous advocate for student-parent access to higher education. Do I have any student parents that are graduating today? As the mother of a young son, she has completed her studies at HCC while balancing scholarship, motherhood, work, and last year, she is starring in a role in the documentary called Raising Up, a film about student-parent support on college campuses nationwide. Her voice in this film, give her a round of applause. Her voice in this nationally released film and in support of resources and public awareness for student-parent equity during the National Conference of the Association of Community College Trustees has raised the prospects of students across this country receiving fair treatment and equality in campus services and academic provisions. 1 in 5 college students in the United States is a student parent, and we are honored that Abby is proudly and successfully one of our students. Her voice in this film, y'all, is going to be amazing because when I was a student parent at 19 and I had my child at FAMU, we didn't have people creating documentaries to talk about our experiences. And to watch Abby on the big screen in a real movie theater with popcorn and Twizzlers and everything else you could get, it was just such an amazing opportunity to see that one of our students is lifting her voice to support other students all across this nation. Thank you, Abby, for your voice, for your courage, for your advocacy, and congratulations. This is what we're gonna do. You gonna hold that? I will. Okay, and we're gonna take a picture.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to recognize a group of graduates who have earned the extraordinary mark of distinction, summa cum laude. These students have maintained a 4.0 grade point average, which means an A in every class taken at HCC. The commencement program, let's give it up. The commencement program identifies the names of these 70 outstanding students, but I ask that they please stand now to be recognized, and please join in applauding these students and their achievements. Now, will all students graduating with magna cum laude and cum laude honors please stand to be recognized? We will now proceed with the conferring of degrees and certificates. Graduates, please rise. Chair Keller, as Provost and Executive Vice President, and on behalf of the faculty and administration, I present to you the candidates for the Associate of Arts degree, the Associate of Arts in Teaching degree, the Associate of Applied Science, and the Associate of Science in Engineering degree, and the certificate.
That's a lot of power I have right now. By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard Community College and the Maryland Higher Education Commission, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration, I hereby confer the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Arts in Teaching, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Science in Engineering, and the certificates. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left side. Graduates, please be seated.
We are now at the main task of the day, the awarding of the degrees and certificates. With the first two rows of graduates stated to my left, please rise and begin making your way to the stage. We know this is an important moment for friends and family here today, so we ask you to remain seated and not block the aisles. A professional photographer will take pictures as each graduate crosses the stage. Graduates will receive information on how to order these photos. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, we will proceed with the calling of the names.
Victoria Elizabeth Bradford, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Music, magna cum laude. Lavion C. Cope, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Sydney Marie Stolman, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Camille Ramatu Abba, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology Emphasis. Lydia Abdi, Associate of Applied Sciences, Radiological Technology, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Nana Serwa Isi Abercrombie, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Paul Tamanyami Abeli, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Abiloya Adamin Abduba, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Rouse Scholar. Abiola Adamide Abadu, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Rouse Scholar. Emmanuel Adade, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Mathematics, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Sydney Nicole Adams, Certificate Licensed Practical Nurse. Habakun Blessing Adije, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Abikun Daniel Adanuga, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, magna cum laude. Esther Falasade Adaratumi, Associate of Arts, Public Health, summa cum laude. Akua Adakonoa, Associate of Arts, Nursing, magna cum laude. Jaden Cullen Dusei Puko, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Amade Afa, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Bella Rose Aji, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Melissa Aguilera De Leo, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Yojeri Aguilera Calix, Associate of Social Science. Marian Akinkan Esalife, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Mansoor Ahmad, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Mathematics, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students, cum laude. Carolyn Denise Alford, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Carl Thornton Allen, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistance. Nora Tamu Alrobe, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Ikeye Kelly Aminoa, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Science. Ethan Dayson An, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, summa cum laude. Raven Celine Andrade, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Ulaaku Jessica Aniagu, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies.
Ginakachi Maria Anarobi, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, magna cum laude. Bayan Ansari, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Benjamin L. Ansley, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Aldiana R. Mohini, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Graphic and Interactive Design. Kelsey Lynn Arnold, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Miguel Arredondo, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Ashley Ashburn, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts. Wagwunandu Otar, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Jonas Kashan Badeg, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, cum laude. Marsha Aisha Bailey, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Kelly D. Barnard, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Brittany Barnes, General Education Development. Millie Boriso Soto, General Education Development. Justin Scott Beam, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Exercise Science, cum laude. Willie Badeko Jr., Associate of Arts, Nursing. Elizabeth Dawn Beeman, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Madeline Suzanne Bejero, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Vanessa Marie Beltran, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Danielle C. Banduz Chacon, Associate of Arts, Accounting, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Clarice Maribel Benitez Chavez, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Liliana Geneth Benitez Oleano, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Erin Kelly Bennett, Associate of Applied Science, Biomedical Equipment Technology, cum laude. Arusa Mariam Bhakti, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Gretchen B. Usovu, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Elise A. Birmingham, Associate of Arts, Nursing, cum laude. Anastasia Blackwood, Certificate Cloud Operations and Security, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Maya Jane Blakeney, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology, cum laude. Macy Marie Blazicki, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Patrick Anthony Bors, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Deborah Sia Borwa, Associate, General Studies. Justice Bowden, General Education Development.
Jalen Bowie, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Haley N. Brach, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Jada Nicole Brent, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Kamaya J. Britton, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Nikel Cameron Brown, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Tiffany Aaliyah Brown, Associate of Arts, General Studies. William Ramser Brown, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Connor Newton Bryant, Associate of Arts and Science, Criminal Justice. Corey Ellen Bryce, Associate of Arts and Science, Social Sciences, cum laude. Madeline Elizabeth Buckler, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Mijong Boyun, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Marie Bushby, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Phi Theta Kappa. Amber Kahi, Associate of Arts, Elementary Education. Kathleen Lorraine Cajolo, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Christine Beauty Cajolo, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Philae Kiona Campbell, Associate of Applied Science, Baking and Pastry Arts Management. Erica Sarai Cannon, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Carissa Marie Capwell, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology, summa cum laude. Stephanie Cardenas, Associate of Arts, Public Health. Ari Alberto Cadorza, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Darius Darnell Carroll, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Amanda Janet Castellanos, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Diana Isabel Castillo, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Jasmine Noel Chandler, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Teresa Francis Charles, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Joanne Flore Chaudhry, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Destiny Michelle Cheeks, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Jonathan Tasema Chicol, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Audio Video Media Production, cum laude. Matthew Cherryshot, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Silas Craft Collegian.
Marcus Manson Tuning, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, English, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students, Phi Theta Kappa. Bianca Alessandra Chicas, Associate of Applied Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Marcella Geraldine Chicas Hernandez, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences. Annie Chon, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Mahdi Anam Chowdhury, Associate of Applied Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Adara Blake, Radiology. Isabella Wei Clancy, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Liberal Arts. Vanessa Danielle Tache Clay, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Xavier Michael Cohen, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Mathematics, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Schoenbrod Scholar. Jarice Cole, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology Emphasis. Reva Ann Coleman, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Ada Connors, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Alimsha Bayam Kanti, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Ryan Conway, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Waverly Tyrone Crawford, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology Emphasis, cum laude. Lance Irving Custis, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Caitlin Ann Crawford, Certificate of Early Childhood Development, cum laude. Misei Dumaru Smith, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Naya Lee Daniel, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts, magna cum laude, Rouse Scholar. Orlayinka Kubar Daniels, Associate of Arts, Public Health, summa cum laude. Majida Danoun, Associate of Applied Science, Radiological Technology, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Connor Davis, General Education Development. Sydney Maki Davis, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Christopher Michael Delane, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Dylan Michael Denton, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business, Leadership, Technology, Emphasis, Rouse Scholar. Dumo Ruby Darafaka, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Dylan Dahawan, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, cum laude. Cameron Diaz, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Giselle Yolanda Diaz, Associate of Applied Science, Radiological Technology.
Thomas B. Diggins, Associate of Arts, Computer Science. Micah Alexander Diggs, Associate of Arts, General Studies. William Basso De Giuseppe, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Life Science, Rouse Scholar. Eva Dmitrievov, Associate of Arts, General Studies, summa cum laude. Brittany Leigh Dix, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Lena Darwish, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Sierra Dixon Stiles, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership Technology, emphasis entrepreneurship. Kelly Elizabeth Dotery, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Liberal Arts, summa cum laude. Nicholas Dominguez, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Communication Studies. Chanel Rosemarie Duhaney, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Taylor Noel Dunn, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Scott William Dwyer, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Audio Video Media Production. Nashe Lakia Early, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Oluwa Tumisi Iboda, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Arej Edwin, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Danita Eckerson, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jordanos, English, Associate of Arts, Nursing, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Anthony Marquise Epps, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Brittany Epps, Associate of Arts, Early Childhood Education. Connor Epting, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Sydney Epting, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Deanna Isan, Associate of Arts, Nursing, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. V.L. Guajan Epicanita, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Leo Armando Iroka, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Tishawn Evans, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Hannah Marie Etchison, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Charles Alexander Farthing, Associate of Arts and Science, Social Science, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Christian Darrell Fartarin, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Candice Fernandez, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude.
My Stephanie Finney, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Ryan Hunter Fisher, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Rosemary Fitzgerald, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Glendalise Alexandra Florinto, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Chrislyn Flores, Associate of Arts, Applied Development, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jonathan Griffith, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Emmanuel C. Fomdig, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Wara A. Doran Honka, Certificate Web Developer. Ashley Aliyah Forde, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Austin Scott Foster, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Connell Foster IV, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Ebony Falquez, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Kadisha Rolanda Fowler, Certificate Culinary Arts. Lauren Franco Khan, Associate of Applied Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Ryan Alexander Frank, Associate of Arts, Computer Science, Rouse Scholar. Vasilios Michael Francos, Associate of Arts and Science, Human Services. Latanya A. Frizzell, Associate of Arts, Secondary Education, cum laude. Wilder Fuentes Lopez. Kyle Joseph Fuller, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Milka Noemi Galan, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Zamami Louis Aji, Ghana, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Charlita Bradley, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Devin Ray Garcia, Associate of Arts and Sciences, English. Blaze Michael Garner, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Taylor L. Garza, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Maya Gay, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Marlo Elizabeth Geist, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Maria Galetta, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Ryan Nathaniel Gianamore, Associate of Arts, Applied Development. Alexa Gill, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Tyree Sherelle Glover Knott, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Lindsay Lee Goins, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Miles Benjamin Goldsberry, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Mili Angelica Gomez, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Samuel Daria Gomez Gonzalez, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity.
Kyle Robert Gauntz, Associate of Arts, General Studies, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Rouse Scholar. Emily Gonzalez Garcia, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Liberal Arts. Jackie Gonzalez, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Communication Studies, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Makai Alton Kelly, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology Emphasis. Tanisha S. Stevenson, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Leanne Pearl Goodman, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Life Sciences. Shavania Latrice Green, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Marie Amaya Rhea Greenridge, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Rouse Scholar. Ava Christina Griffin, Associate of Arts in Teaching, Elementary Education, Elementary Special Education. Jeremiah E. Griffiths, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology Emphasis. Nashawn Jameer Groover, Associate of Arts, Engineering. Krista Beth Guerrero Martin, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Evelyn Guevara Castro, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Prince Garoon, Associate of Arts, Computer Sciences, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Daigu Gizem Gavon, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Grace Elizabeth Hawk, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Communication Studies. Lindsay Elaine Hawk, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant, Alpha Eta Honor Society, magna cum laude. Cameron Hygat, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Elizabeth McLean Hall, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Taylor Renee Hall, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Thetna Siafu, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Andrea Tamara Hardy, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Nimra Harim, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Edwin Seeley Harger IV, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Dana Denise Harris, Certificate Licensed Practical Nurse. Dwayne Anthony Harris II, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Zach Hart, Associate of Applied Science, Culinary Arts Management, cum laude. Vichuda Vicky Hasayadin, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Shaniqua Hassel, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Victoria Lindsay Hayes, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Aided Design, Technology, Silas Craft Collegian.
Nicholas Haylock, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Erin Lynn Heflin, Associate of Applied Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography, cum laude. Maria Fernanda Benitez, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Jacqueline Hernandez Herrera, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts. Carolina Herrera, Associate of General Studies, Business Leadership Technology, emphasis, summa cum laude. Deliam Hill, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Melanie Lamani Rucker, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Sarah Hill, Associate of Arts, Secondary Education, magna cum laude. Jasmine Monet Hobbs, Certificate, Licensed Practical Nurse. Craig Jonathan Hoffman, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Keisha Lynette Hogan, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Timothy Holbrook Jr., Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Associate of Arts, Secondary Education, cum laude. Melody Elizabeth Hornsby, Associate of Arts, Nursing, magna cum laude. Bria Rose Howard, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Khalil Jawan Howard, Associate of Applied Science, Culinary Arts and Baking, Certificate, Professional Cooking. Skylar Shu, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Shanika Hudson, Associate of Arts, Public Health. Tanaya Monet Howard, Certificate, Licensed Practical Nurse. Javen Hall, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Silas Craft Collegian. Saeed Azain Hussein, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Physical Sciences. Mason Nguyen, Associate of Arts, Public Health, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Allah Iklif, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist. Brianna Lum Moti, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences, Phi Theta Kappa. Namra Imnam, Associate of Arts, Accounting, magna cum laude.
Tasmia Islam, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Daniel Malachi Jackson, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Latoya Jackson, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Lindsay Claire Jackson, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Olivia Jackson, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Tylisha Jackson, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Anderson Jaggernoff, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Lisa Reginine Jardine, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Zara Jaladoon, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership Technology Emphasis, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Cassandra Jaramillo, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Michael I. Jato, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jesse Jeffries, Associate of Arts in Teaching Elementary Education, Elementary Special Education, summa cum laude. Darian Morelli Jimenez Madrid, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Crystal Johnson, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Jasmine Jessica Johnson, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Quadazia Jobani Adrian Johnson, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Terry Yvette Johnson, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Development Certificate, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Journey Temple February Jones, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts. Kendra Jones, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Brunhilda Bufi Kinjong, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Richard Stephen Kane, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership Technology Emphasis, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Kara Caitlin Carabrock, Associate of Arts, Dance, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Kayleen Marie Kessinger, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Development, Associate of Arts in Teaching Early Childhood Special Education. Tamara Keys, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Muhammad Abdullah Khan, Associate of Arts, General Studies, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Silas Craft Collegian. Blair Marie Pella Kelly, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership Technology Emphasis. Megan Elizabeth Kirkpatrick, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Mathematics, magna cum laude. Simone Cruz, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Schoenbrod Scholar. Cha Yun Kwon, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Phi Theta Kappa. Alex O'Bannon Kyler, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Audio Video Media Production, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Communication Studies, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Oluwa Korode Faithful Alatunji, Arts and Sciences, Social Science.
Okay. Barvi Patel, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, cum laude. Iman Fatima, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology Emphasis, cum laude. Eloise Christiane Apangu, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Adeniwa Beyonce Ajuan, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Life Sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Rouse Scholar. Josie Bate Ingo, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, Schoenbrod Scholar. Shanette Charlene Whitaker, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences, cum laude. Fowlin Horton, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences. Emily Jeanette Anziato, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Darlene Barrios, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Jordan Alexander Bailey Kellum, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Madeline A. Lakey, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Brian Lamb, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts, magna cum laude. Camila Alejandra Lemire, Associate of Arts, General Studies, summa cum laude. Daniel Lee, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, magna cum laude. Deshaun A. Lee, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students, certificate licensed practical nurse. Jessica Lee, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts. Subin Lee, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Ariel Nicole Lemon, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Isabel Leon, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Christina Jasmine Leon Martinez, Associate of Applied Science, Construction Management. Madison Faye Lepore, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Deasia Michael Lewis, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Grace Lee, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Lily Leanne, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude, Rouse Scholar. Jason Danian Linares Izquiar, Associate of Arts, Accounting, Certificate, Certified Bookkeeping. Ariana M. Linares Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Jaron Monet Little, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Tamara Little, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Christopher Liv, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Keelan M. Long, Associate of Arts, Associate of Applied Science, Culinary Arts Management, cum laude. Brylan T. Lonan, Associate of Applied Science, Radiological Technology.
Helton Lopez, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership Technology emphasis, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Karen Larissa Lopez, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Shannon Alicia Lopez, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Jasmine Noel Luck, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Sing Kang Loon, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist. Alexander Liu, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Adam B. Lyons, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Emily Maddox, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Tan Trong Ma, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology, cum laude. Chung Ma, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Malali Maiwan, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Makiu Malit, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Silas Craft Collegian. Larissa Colombo, Associate of Arts, Engineering, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jenna Marcella, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Angela Marvadas, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Kamaya Marks, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership Technology, emphasis. Karen Marks, Maya Priyanka Marks, Associate of General Studies for Certificate Students, Associate of Applied Science Physical Therapist Assistant, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jose David Marquez, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Melissa Marquez, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Development, magna cum laude. Natalia Martins Cesari, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Fatima Masood, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Wanda Mateo Soto, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership Technology, emphasis. Charles Joseph Maxa III, Associate of Arts, Computer Science, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, cum laude, Shanebrook Scholar. Becky Lee Murr, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Human Services.
Alexis Marie McCain, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Raven Sierra McCain, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Natalia Nicole McCoy, Associate of Arts, Nursing, cum laude. Kari Christina Leggett Maculo, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Maya McFadden, Associate of Arts, Criminal Justice. Nicole McCleary, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. William Daniel McNeil, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Alexis Nicole Memnovic, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Emily Jo Melton, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Anthony A. Mendez, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Sarai Mendoza, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences. Shannon Marie Milburn, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Yelsie Jacqueline Mendoza Diaz, Associate of Applied Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Rebecca Ruth Miller, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Andrew Ryan Mills, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Nafisa Muhammad, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Brittany Mills, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Lily Mooney, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, cum laude. Deja Janae Mormon, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Silas Craft Collegian. Isabella Mercado Cabriado Moretti, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Associate of Applied Science, Construction Management, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Niza Monaji. Cranston S. Morgan, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts. Rayleigh Elizabeth Northington, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Maya Ellen Morgan, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Hedniki Mubiat Morma, Associate of Arts, Public Health, magna cum laude. Michaela Sion Morrison, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Anna Mosby, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Associate of Applied Science, Construction Management, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Humza Murad, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Khadija Olofonmeliano Moratala, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Jennifer Mutunga, Associate of Arts, Nursing.
Sayong Pomiyat, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Audio Video Media Production, magna cum laude. Carissa D. Myers, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Magambo Nabirio, Associate of Arts, Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Immaculate Katrina Nalawawa, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist. Jasmine A. Nance, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Human Services. Terrell Alexander Nash, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Marshall Nawabi, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Schoenbrod Scholar. Aliyah Saraju, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Naveen Nadungadi, Associate of Applied Science, Computer-Aided Design, Technology. Molly Lynn Nelson, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Kiana Nesfort, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Deanna Isabel Newdecker, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Rachel Rose Krell Neville, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistance, magna cum laude. Lisa Wangu Nganga, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Audio Video Media Production, magna cum laude. Annalure Moja Ngobi, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, magna cum laude. Jamel Nkunda Ngob, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, cum laude. Austin An Wing, Associate of Arts, Computer Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Schoenbrod Scholar. Ryan Trong Vung Nguyen, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Shayla Nichols, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist, summa cum laude. Emma Marie Nilsson, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, cum laude. Samuel Harry Nixon, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude, Rouse Scholar. Amarachukwu Chinwe Wokiforo, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Abel Nyakunde Nyariru, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Nubia Ochoa Canales, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. John O'Donnell, Associate of General Education Development. Summisola Odasanya, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Varick Philip O'Farrell, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Tobiloba Praises Ogindera, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, Associate of Arts, Public Health, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Aaliyah Omalolo Ogunsanya, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Quay Pham, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist, Certificate, Cardiac Monitoring and Analysis.
Agatha Chika Okoye, Associate of Arts Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Olatoyosi Olawoyen, Associate of Arts Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Blessing Omoneye, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Communication Studies. Jennifer Aparo Ondodo, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Liberal Arts, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Oluwaseyi Emmanuel Orisana, Associate of Applied Science, Emergency Medical Technician, Paramedic. Cindy Melissa Ortez, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Obubaka Oatara, Associate of Arts, Game and Simulation Development. Rebecca Overton, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Rouse Scholar. Amen Barbara Owusu, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Bianca Pacheco, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Nakima Tamara Padilla, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Maria Chinchilla, Associate of Arts, Nursing. James Parboni, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Adam Robert Parker, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Jakota Parker, Associate of Arts, Engineering. Victor Parker Jr., Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Berdini Paul, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Lucas Peach, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, summa cum laude. Daryl Pels, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Yuan Petrescu, Certificate Data, Business Analytics. Huyai Pam, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist, Certificate Cardiac Monitoring and Analysis. Igi Lucia Ohu C, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Rouse Scholar. Dominic Phelps, General Education Development.
Jessica Ann Samara Pierce, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Kevin Michael Pierce, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Rouse Scholar. Emmy Flair Filgora Pacasangre, Associate of Arts, Nursing. April Renee Pollard, Associate of Arts, Nursing, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Winston Origio, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Timothy Powell Jr., Associate of Arts, General Studies. Jeff Praveen, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Sarah Sua Primo, Associate of Applied Science, Baking and Pastry Arts Management, Certificate of Baking and Pastry Arts, Silas Craft Collegian. Amani A. Presley, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Exercise Science. Talawalase A. Quadri, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology, Emphasis. Sundas Obaya Kudsi, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Shane Broke Scholar. Skylar Keepsay, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude. Farzaneh Rafi, Associate of Applied Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography, magna cum laude. Evelyn Yaneli Ramirez Lopez, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences. Donna Ariosa Ranjian Johari, Associate of Applied Science, Hotel, Restaurant, and Event Management. Victor Rancel Ramirez, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Kylie Elise Julia Rankin, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Environmental Science, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Mallory Tara Rivas, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Ari Red, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, cum laude. Tracy Joy Reed, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students, Associate of Arts in Teaching Early Childhood Education, Special Education, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Uzari Nai Koshi Reindorf, Associate of Arts, Computer Science. Ashley Reyes, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Phi Theta Kappa. Ishmael Alfredo Reyes, Electrical Engineering. Jamileth Noemi Reyes Medrano, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Joy A. Rice, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Jessica Richardson, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Samuel Quintores, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Tunai Lakeisha Robinson, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Natalie Robles Mancia, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Alexandra Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Diego Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM.
Ivana Rodriguez Quiros, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Leslie Karina Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Brian Augustine Romero, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students, magna cum laude. Kira M. Ronahan, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, cum laude. Caitlin Rowe, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Sarah Lee Rayapan, Associate of Arts in Sciences, Pre-Medicine. Diego A. Ruiz Pineda, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Marita Nicole Russell, Associate of Arts, Arts and Sciences, English, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Sarah Salman Sadiq, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Sonia Zishan Sadiq, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Jocelyn Esperanza Sanchez, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Cameron Jalen Sanders, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Madison Jade Sands, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, cum laude. Ashley Margot Santos, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Jennifer Monica Sargoner, Associate of Arts in Teaching Elementary Education, Elementary Special Education. Abigail Marie Sarnecki, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Tiffany Elisa Saki, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Aaron Kenneth Sodiger, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Carly Sarah Sanders, Associate of Arts, Applied Science, Early Childhood Development, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Hatasazia Sagwime, Associate of Education Development. Michelle Scarborough, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist. Brandon Jovan Scott, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Zoe Angelique Scott, Associate of Arts, General Studies for Certificate Students. Aya Senjab, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Arzu Shazad, Associate of Arts, App Development, magna cum laude. Aparna Shankar, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude. Anjali Sheena Sharma, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Tarika P. Sharp, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Rui Shin, Associate of Arts, Nursing, magna cum laude.
Isaiah Antonio Silverio, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Brittany Clarissa Simmons, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Sanaya Sims, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology, Emphasis. Josiah Michael Skiles, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts. Jade Christina Smith, Associate of Arts, Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Nakaya Smith, Certificate, Culinary Arts. Maria Smith, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity, Phi Theta Kappa. Sharon Darlene Smith, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Christopher Jaden Smith Lawrence, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Communication Studies. Aaron Sorak, Associate of Arts, Business Administration, cum laude, Rouse Scholar. Dina Sorto, Certificate, Baking and Pastry Arts, cum laude, Shanebrough Scholar. Jeffrey Sorto, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Communications Studies. Benjamin Suba, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Stella Jisuas, Associate of Arts, Nursing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. LaDanya Spence, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Terrell Spencer, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Shannon Christine Spicer, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Scott Spohr, Associate of Applied Science, Computer-Aided Design Technology, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. DeMaria Stark, Associate of Arts, Accounting, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Zamaya Starling, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Ryan Staton, Associate of Applied Science, Cardiovascular Technology, Invasive Technologist. Naja Stephen, Associate of Arts, General Studies, business leadership technology emphasis. Megan Stidham, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Michaela Strong, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students.
Meg Sun, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Nim Sung, Associate of Arts, Accounting. Divyash Tank, Certificate Network Security Administration, cum laude. Now Lillian Pao Tapa, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Visual Arts, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Muhammad Sharos Tariq, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Diamond Takiria Christian, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Vanetta Tarplane, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Zamzam Tassal, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Jordan Miles Taylor, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Makeda Alma Rodrika Taylor Pierce, Associate of Arts, Engineering. Celestia Gertrude De Peppa Chonuku, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, summa cum laude, Schoenbrodt Scholar. Ophelia Maleka Bakap Nayamsi Chununku, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Carly Ray Tedesco, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Beatrice Fangua, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Nicholas Bryce Thomas, Associate of Arts, Business Administration. Breasia Thompson, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Madeline Bahar Thompson, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. DeAndre Torian, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM. Maria Jose Torres Pina, Associate of Arts and Sciences, World Languages and Cultures, magna cum laude. Natalie Paola Torres Lopez, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Janaya Jordan Trabelsi, Associate of Arts, Early Childhood Education. Brian Tran, Associate of Arts, General Studies, summa cum laude. Stephanie Tran, Associate of Arts, General Studies, STEM, cum laude. Heidi Nicole Trejo, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences. Ariadna Trujillo Gomez, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Amanda Kanvan Truong, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Mary Awi Tuong, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Development, Certificate Early Childhood Development. Joshua Alexander Turner, Associate of Arts, General Studies for certificate students. Kandinda Omanzor, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology.
Nkechi Mnogbu, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Emily Bali, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Mason Martin Vanderheij, Associate of Arts, Engineering. Jessica Vargas, Associate of Applied Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Kimberly LaShawn Vini, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Anjali Vidyasagar, Associate of Arts, General Studies, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Lazaro Vasquez, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Demonte Vilgrain, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Human Services. Natalie Villanueva, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Leah Danielle Tabi Vuofo, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Tonisha Wakefield Patterson, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences. Ethan Randolph Walter, Associate of Arts, Computer Sciences. Grayer Knox Warren, Associate of Arts, Computer Sciences. Jariel Waters, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Gabrielle Marie Wasson, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Sharday Fendi Watson, Associate of Arts, General Studies, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Rebecca Marie West, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Erin Kendall Whaley, Associate of Arts, Public Health. Jasmine Mariska White, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Katrina William, Associate of Arts, Nursing, Phi Theta Kappa, Alpha Delta Nu. Omich L. Wilson, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Catherine Lee Weiser, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences. Cicero Lennon Wojciechowski, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Audio Video Media Production. Aris Renee Woodard, Associate of Applied Science, Construction Management. Brianna Marie Wright, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Criminal Justice. Kiana Wright, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Development, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Lauren Stephanie Yanez Ruiz, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences. Katie Suine E., Associate of Arts, Nursing. Cynthia Angela Faith Wolf, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Edwin Wu, Associate of Arts and Sciences, Social Sciences, Associate of Arts, General Studies, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Charles Gerald Yarbrough, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Jenkins Dwalu Yanli, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Tyrell M. Hamilton, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Saf Zadeh, Associate of Arts, Information Technology, Cybersecurity. Tiffany Ying Zhang, Associate of Applied Science, Diagnostic Medical Sonography, summa cum laude, Alpha Eta Lambda Nu. Sharon Zing, Associate of Applied Science, Entertainment Technology. Ahmed Zolfikar, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Business Leadership, Technology Emphasis, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Brittany Chang Moti, Associate of Arts, General Studies, Health Sciences, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Nicole Zuniga de Seixas, Associate of Arts, Nursing. Abigail Badiaco, Associate of Arts, Criminal Justice. Alyssa McKay, Associate of Arts, Dance, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Schoenbrodt Scholar.
We now salute you all as alumni of Howard Community College. Carry with you always the great privilege of displaying and sharing the best of Dragon Country with all whom you encounter seeking a life-changing educational experience. Congratulations and thank you again for participating in today's commencement ceremony.
Yeah, I feel like a champion. Ain't nothing that can't be done. They told me I wouldn't be nothing. Came on now, second to none. I need me a trophy, I need me a ring. I'm not with the bull, but keep it a beam. You know what it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, that I mean. Shit, all I do is win, 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 win. Haters wanna hate, they ain't made top 10. Double, triple team, what they need to defend. I juke left and I'm gone with the win. I'm gone with it.
I feel like a champion. A champion. Ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah. I put it all on the line. Definition of divine. I feel like a champion. A champion. Ain't nothing that can't be done. Oh yeah. I put it all on the line. Definition of divine.
Feel like a champ, MVP status. Yeah, the win been guaranteed. So let's see about it. If you gon' speak about it, then be about it. If you don't bring that energy, no, I can't be around it. Nah, I'ma shoot my shot, I'ma stick it, watch. At the tippy top, I cannot take no loss. 2 seconds on the clock, they gotta give me the rock.